Going into the elite section, it looks like Howling Banshees.
Oh.
That is exactly what they do. 65 points.
Oh, they've dropped 10.
13 points a model.
15 points a model.
I think they too much want to sell their Banshees. Banshees have not been great since 5th edition. When 6th edition hit and they said power weapons are AP free, Howling Banshees just were shelved because there's no point with being strength free. Going against Terminators with an AP free weapon, they became useless essentially. Stats are the same, and the Howling Banshee Exarch has a 4-up armor save but has 2 wounds.
Yeah, so it's the same as the other Exarchs.
Aspect armor, shuriken pistol, power sword, Banshee mask, 153. Let's see if that has changed. The model equipped with a Banshee mask causes fear. In addition, models cannot fire Overwatch against units that contain at least one model equipped with this. So that bit has changed. So no Overwatching against Banshees. That's pretty big. That's another thing that was holding them back, is because they're toughness free and 4-up armor save, they're quite easy to take down. So if you're charging a unit and then you're losing 1 or 2 models, what's the point in taking Banshees? Now you're not losing them in Overwatch because you can't Overwatch. Ancient Doom, Battle Focus and Fleet. The unit has acrobatics, which means a unit that consists entirely of models with this special rule adds 3 inches to its maximum move distance when it runs, and when it makes charge moves as well. Wow. Furthermore, models with this special rule do not suffer the initiative penalty for charging enemies through difficult terrain. It's pretty huge. War Shout is what the XI have. Enemy units locked in combat with the special rule that has the special rule subtract 2 from their leadership. Okay, let's look at that Banshee mask again. Let me get my head around this.
Causes fear.
They cause fear, do it. Before, they reduced your initiative, I'm sure. Like to 1. But they are initiative 5 standard. So they're generally going to be going first.
That's what fear is. With the Exarch in there as well.
Yeah, but fear doesn't affect Space Marines. Before, the Howling Banshee mask was just anything. Okay. They may include 5 additional Howling Banshees at 13 points a model. 1 Banshee may be an Exarch for an extra 10 points. May take a Triskelay for 5 points. Executioner for 10 points. The Howling Banshee Exarch may exchange both Shuriken Pistol and Power Sword for 2 Mirror Swords for 10 points. And may take a Wave Serpent, which is on page 122.
So the Exarch could upgrade before to have fear, disarming strike, or shield of grace. But they've got fear automatically now.
They've got fear automatically. They've got fleet.
They have
If
fear.
you join them, if you have them in the detachment we talked about earlier, they're going to be running 6 inches. Plus their 3 inches, 9. So they can move 6, run 9 inches.
Read that bit again.
What bit again?
The movement thing.
What, the acrobatics?
Yeah.
They add 3 inches to their maximum move when they run, and when they make charge moves. So the minimum charge they're doing is 5 inches. And the maximum charge they can do is 15 inches.
Without being overwatched.
Without being overwatched. That's crazy. Banshees. They're worth considering now. Mine are broken in a box. Okie dokie. Striking Scorpions. They are 85 points.
Yep.
Stats are the same, and the Exarch is also following suit, matching their armour save and free up.
Yeah, they've got a heavy aspect.
Yep, and they have 2 wounds, this Exarch. They all have heavy aspect armour, shuriken pistol, chain sword, plasma grenades, and manly blasters. Now, let's have a look at the manly blasters. Manly blasters, during the fight subphase at the start initiative 10 step, roll a d6 for each model equipped with a manly blaster on a 4-up. The enemy unit that is engaged with the model suffers a single wound. Saving throws can be taken as normal. Gargantuan creatures suffer a wound on a 6-up, so it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. They have Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Fleet, Infiltrate, Move Through Cover and Stealth. They have Shadow Strike. If a unit that consists entirely of the models of this special rule infiltrates, it gains Overwatch until they shoot or go into combat. They have the Exarch.
It gains Shrouded.
Yeah.
It doesn't gain Overwatch until they shoot.
That's what I meant. Stalker is what the Exarch has. In the first round of challenge, this model makes plus a 1 bonus attack for each point that its initiative is higher than its opponent's. So in the first round of challenge, this model makes 1 bonus attack for each point, and its initiative is 6. So if you're against a normal sergeant, you're getting 2 extra attacks essentially. Is
Is that only in a challenge?
Yep. You get 5 extra scorpions for 17 points a model. Exarch's 10 points upgrade.
Yep.
The striking Scorpion Exarch may exchange his Shuriken pistol for a Scorpion's Claw for 30 points.
Yep.
You may be gone now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The striking Scorpion Exarch may exchange its Chainsword for a Biting Blade for 5 points.
Yeah.
Or can take 2 Chain Sabers for 10 points. And they can have a Wave Serpent, which is cool. Next is the Fire Dragons. They're 110 points.
They haven't changed.
Oh, I hoped they'd have gone down in points. Just because I want them to. The same points as before. Exarch they have heavy aspect armour, so it's a 3-up save, and the Exarch has 2 wounds. They have a fusion gun and melter bombs. Ancient Doom, Battle Focus and Fleet. Models with this special rule for they have assured destruction. Models with this special rule have a +1 modifier when rolling on the vehicle damage table,
which is huge.
Crack Shot is the Exarch. A model with this special rule can reroll 1 failed to hit or to wound roll or armor penetration roll per turn. You can have 5 extra for 22 points.
Yep.
Exarch 10 points extra.
Deary me.
The Breath Flame is free, and a Fire Pike is 15 points. So here's the question: 110 points for them.
Yeah.
A Wave Serpent is now 110 points. That's 220 points. It used to be 115. 220 points gets you a Wave Serpent and 5 Fire Dragons. Each of them has a fusion gun, which, if it's like it was before, 12-inch strength 8, AP 1, assault 1, melter. Would you have 5 melter shots and put them in a Wave Serpent for 220 points? Or would you get the Storm Guardians for 72 points, add 2 fusion guns, which gives you 92 points, plus the 110 points, so that's 202 points for a squad of Guardians with 2 fusions.
The problem is
or 5
what
with assured.
attachment are you taking?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
If you're taking the one with all the Phoenix Lords, you might as well take one of each of them.
If you take a Guardian Storm host, you have 3 units of Storm Guardians. Each of them has a Viper. Give the Guardians 2 fusions. You've got 3 different units in Wave Serpents with 2 fusions. So a lot more.
That was the one with all the
Yeah.
swords, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you have the Living Legends, because you like the Avatar, would you take the Avatar with the Living Legends? And then that would force you effectively to have some of these, and then you'd have to have one of these as well. So effectively you could have 3 Wave Serpents with Guardians in, a Wave Serpent with
Fire Dragons.
Fire Dragons, and then the Living Legends thing.
Things to think about. And I mean, looking at this aspect host right now, 3 units of Die Avengers, Scorpions, Spiders and all that. If each of those had a Wave Serpent with them, you're looking at a minimum unit cost of
The thing is, though,
200 points. So 5 of those, or 6 of those in fact.
you know what? 3 units of Die Avengers.
Yeah, the Aspect Warriors.
Yeah.
You give them Wave Serpents, which you normally do. That's 200 points each. That's a half of your 2,000 points just on Aspect Warriors. And then this Storm Host here, that's a lot of points.
And you'd want a knife.
A Wraith Knight.
A Wraith Knight. So you'd want that, and you'd possibly want...
Yeah, but you can't have either of those until you have that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's effectively what the old HQ was. Really. So you have to have one of these.
Yeah, but that in itself is quite expensive. I'd have to calculate the points for that, and then...
Exactly.
I'd probably go for 3 units of Guardians in Wave Serpents with Fusion. Was the initial... would be the answer
You
to the
get
question
effectively the same rough amount of shots, but you'd have them split over different units, which means that they're harder to kill and you can take down more things. So yeah, that would make more sense. But on a 1-to-1 ratio, if you have 1 unit of Guardians and 1 unit of Fire Dragons, I don't know, is the extra 20 points worthwhile having 3 less models, but having all fusion in there?
Well, when you talk about fusion, there's a unit in here that could be doing it better. Wraithguard in the elite section are 160 points for 5.
They have not changed.
Weapon skill and ballistic skill are 4, strength 5, toughness 6, 1 wound, initiative 4, 1 attack, leadership 10, 3 up save.
Yeah.
They have a Wraith Cannon. A Wraith Cannon is strength D.
Why?
Strength D, Assault 1, AP 2. That is stripping hull points off at D3 each time, I'm pretty sure.
Ugh. You don't need to do that though.
You do.
You don't.
I do.
No.
I like...
You just have one-shot wonders that always explode everything. You can explode anything. You could explode a Baneblade with 1 shot.
Do you know what I'm like, I don't normally take Wraithguard. I don't have any Wraithguards, that's why. I've got Wraithblades. I'm thinking now...
Why? Why do you have Wraithblades? This edition,
because they're
they were
strength D.
poor.
They're strength D.
Oh my days.
Wraithguard, they look cool. I'm thinking right now to go and get some. And I'm thinking in my head, if I get them, I don't... With the normal list I take, I can make a similar list with this detachment, but I won't be able to include Wraithguard. But reading this with the D weapons is kind of, for me as an Eldar player, it's like, okay, I want to include that. But to include that, I need to take the detachment, informing it, which means I need to take a Wraith Lord, a Wraith Knight, these.
So it's back to the case of, do you take a detachment or do you just go, I'm going to go unbound?
But this is the point. The detachment is so good, it's making me, as an Eldar player...
Is the detachment as a whole
Yeah.
good? What was the benefit for it? +3?
No. Always
No.
run on a 6.
Always run on a 6. But how much do you actually need that?
It helps out. So, anyway, as I'm going through this, it's making me think, right, if I want the Wraithguard, I'll take the detachment, so I should do a completely different army list. Oh, but now I need this extra model.
Yeah, of course it is.
So now Games Workshop are making me think, right, I want this army list. You have to buy these extra.
By the way, you
models.
also have to get the new cards.
Yeah. It's a great way of making money.
It is.
With these detachments.
But, personally, I don't know if Eldar needed it.
They're one of the most popular armies.
But
that's
not what I said. Did they need it?
Yeah.
Did they need it?
They do.
Hand on heart, you can say that.
They need to take down those Necrons.
Fine.
I will only play Eldar against Necrons.
That's a lie.
Okay. Ancient Doom, bulky and fearless. They may take...
Where are we at? Wraithguard.
Wraithguard still. 5 more, 32 points a model.
Yep.
The entire unit may replace their Wraith Cannons with D-Scythes for 10 points. A D-Scythe is a template weapon with Assault 1 Distort Scythe rule. It's AP 2 and it's Strength D.
Where have you got all these D weapons from? You've like been scouring the planets for years and years, millennia, and you've only just decided to use D weapons.
Yeah? These in a wave 7 would be good. Wraithblades, 150 points.
Are they going to be worthwhile now? Before, were they worthwhile?
No, we're not worthwhile.
We
before.
both thought they were a bit.
So they're 30 points a model.
They're 32 points a model.
So they've gone down in price.
Yeah.
They have 2 ghost swords.
That's what they had before.
Ghost swords are +1 strength, AP3 melee. No. May include up to 5 of them. They replace ghost swords for a ghost axe and a force shield for free. And a ghost axe is +2 AP2 melee unwieldy. So they're the same. They don't have any D. These don't have D. It sounds like it's a bad drug. They ain't got no D.
Ain't got no D. Ain't got no C.
So they've gone down in points, 2 points a model. Got the same stuff.
I still don't think they were really worthwhile. I'd take guard over blades.
Yeah. 100%.
Even though they're 10 points more expensive, I'd take them over.
But Wraith Cannons
exactly.
is 12 inches, the range. That's within charging distance.
Still doesn't make any difference.
It does. If you as the Eldar player don't get into range, you then get assaulted and you can't.
And it doesn't make any difference because your swooping orcs will be in front of them. Swooping orcs? Howling banshees.
Howling banshees.
Howling banshees will be in front of them, just being like, "Hey, you can't assault me. You can't shoot me now." So